All right, welcome again to another reaction. This time we have 607 Unk and Captain Tazaryach. You understand? This time it's not a debate, but you know what I mean? You know, this discussion always get interesting whenever you have Captain Tazaryach on the panel. You know what I mean? Captain Tazaryach always dropping that wisdom. You know what I mean? Of course, Captain Tazaryach is from the ISUPK and the Commanding General, Your Honor. So of course, you know what I mean? Wisdom will always be presented. You understand? So without further ado, as you jump in, remember to like, follow, share, subscribe, and also interact with us in the chat. And remember to go over to Captain Tazaryach TV and subscribe, you understand, and support, you understand, and also 607 Unk as well. See? And with that, let's get straight into it.
That knowledge of self.
Like Hosea 4 and 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So Africa is really all we know. Because that's the boat we came off the west coast of Africa. When we came off the coast, they just gave us Africa. They spoon-fed Africa to our face. Jesse Jackson called us African American. So that's all we believe. But you would see pockets of history, the Denmark Vessies, the F.S. Cherry, the Matthew Wentworth. You'll see throughout history of black men now people are waking up to who we are.
Right. Why would they hide the fact that the streets unplugged? You know we gotta plug the streets in, because the streets ain't been plugged in a while. I swear to God, my mama. There's a banking app. You know that?
Yes.
No, I'm keeping it real. Like, listen, we're gonna get you paid, but today I want to get you really paid, right? There's a banking app, right?
What's that?
Called Current. Right? Okay. It got a lot of useful features, right? One of the ones that stand out to me the most is you can access up to $750 of your paycheck before you get paid.
Now that's lit.
If you get approved, right?
For sure.
Listen, with Current, they got stuff like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, the bill card, listen, and more, right? But if you focus on like building credit or just want a smoother way to like manage your money, it handles everything in one app. Listen, I actually like this app, you know.
Current app.
Yeah, that's why I partner with them. And if right now they giving my supporters, or even you get it if you use this link, you get $75 when you switch over your direct deposit and sign up today.
Let's go.
Right, listen, but so if they want to sign up, all they gotta do is click the link down there or scan the QR code, right?
Make sure y'all scan that code. I got the app.
You got the app?
I got the app.
Listen, it's a problem. The streets unplugged. You know we got to plug the streets in because streets ain't been plugged in a while. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing with me. Listen, this is a special episode, right? A lot of people been wondering, when you look at your skin, what are you, right? Do you have a nationality? Are you black? Are you Afro-American? Are you colored, right? Through the years, your name have changed, but who are you? To help us find out, we got the captain, right? And listen, we're gonna find out why they call him captain, but the streets unplugged. You know we gotta plug the streets in because streets ain't been plugged in a while. I swear to God on my mama, stop playing with me. How you get a name like captain?
That. I might steal that shit.
Steal what?
Stop playing with me.
Come on, gang. No,
I'm gonna say that shit 3 times in my brain and it's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick.
Yeah, it's gonna stick. I'm gonna steal your shit. I'm gonna give you credit though.
No, listen.
I'm gonna be like, stop playing. That's part of my now. When I debate and battle,
right?
I'm gonna give you all the credit in the world, but I like that. Stop playing with me.
Okay, listen. So we can understand we can't be playing. Why do they call you captain? Listen, because I just want to know because like, I don't feel comfortable calling another man captain. No, I'm being real, right? Why do they call you captain?
Okay, so captain obviously is not my name. Captain is a rank I've earned from the work that I put in my school. So in our school, you could be like an officer, captain, or general. Right. And so depending on the work that you do, that's the way you get your name. So they call me captain because I earned the rank of captain in our rank structure in the school.
Right.
Like I put a lot of work in. The school I'm in is ISUPK, or Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Some people may know us as One West. Like WAC calls us One West, or he says the ISUPK as well. So that's where we are. That's
Right.
that's the organization I'm in.
Israelite.
Right.
Right. For everybody watching this, Hebrew Israelite.
Well, Israelite, Hebrew is more the language we speak. Hebrew is almost like slang. When you see a Dominican and Puerto Rican, you might say they're Spanish because of the language they speak.
Right.
But they're Puerto Rican or Dominican. So we're Israelites. Hebrew is the language we speak. So we might say, hey, what's up, Hebrew, in slang form, but we're Israelites.
So it's not called Hebrew Israelite.
No, it's just Israelite.
So where did that come from?
I think when we hit the scene,
right,
to discredit us, they would call us the Black Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
The term BHI would be the derogatory way to kind of discredit, oh, that's them Black Hebrew Israelite niggas out there on the street,
right,
talking and stuff like that. So that's how it was birthed. So sometimes we use it to our advantage. Like everything that's a negative don't have to be a negative.
Right.
So sometimes we flip it to a positive.
Right.
So like a white person, I'd say, hey, don't use that. But for brother use it, it may not bother me. So
right.
It just depends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is Israelite? Is Israelite Jews?
Israelite is more than Jews, because Jews is like one tribe in the Israelite pyramid. So in the Israelite paradigm, there's a hierarchy.
Right.
So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Gad, Naphtali, Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin. I think I got them all. So it's 12 tribes that make up Israel, all different. So like Jews or Judah would be like blacks, but let's say a Dominican brother, he's Simeon. A Haitian brother, he's Levi. A West Indian brother is Benjamin.
Right.
Somebody in South America, like the Mexicans, they're Issachar. So it's different tribes in North America that make up Israel.
Right.
So Jew is more slang because like when the tribes split, Jew became like the common term to be used for all Israel in some context.
Right. So it's more of a Western thing.
I would say no, it's biblical to use the term Jew, but
This is the type of faceless animated videos that helped us grow our channel 10 times in 2025.
I would say Eastern and Western. Like when the so-called Jew, the imposter came out, and he started calling himself Jewish. That's why people use Jews, because he don't talk about the other tribes.
Right.
You'll rarely hear him say Israelite.
Right.
He's either going to say Jew or Israeli.
Right. What's the so-called Jew?
So-called Jews, the ones that's pretending to be us, but they not us.
Who's that?
Oh, that's the white man that come. They're either Ashkenaz or Amalek, like the ones that divided Palestine in half in 1948. Those are the imposter. Those are the fake Jews.
Right.
Yeah. So when we say so-called Jews, we just like if I say so-called black man, because what is black? I'm pretty sure you would say black is a color that they just put on us. Even Afro-American, your Afro don't make you who you are. So we would say so-called black, so-called Puerto Rican, because that's not who you are by your ethnicity.
So I wonder, is this the same Jew? If everybody watching this, I know you remember Hitler, and Hitler said, return the Jews back to their original land and he'll stop fighting them.
Yeah.
What was he talking about?
So actually Hitler had a book too, and he actually called the Jews the bastard because they were imposters.
Right.
And a lot of people, now I don't justify none of the crimes that Hitler committed.
Right.
But Hitler would always say, y'all mad at me because I don't want these people here or these bastards here.
Right.
But none of y'all want them either.
Right.
Like no other country in Europe rather, wanted these bastards.
Right.
And that's why their first location, they looked at Haiti, they looked at South America, they looked at Africa, and then they went to Palestine. So Hitler was bringing out that they were imposters even when they was in Germany. That's what a lot of people don't know historically.
Right.
So when he calling them the bastard, because they're the imposter.
Right.
That's what that's the point that he was making.
So what did they kill and attack Hitler for then? If he was right.
If you ask the right historian, some would say Hitler was a Jewish man himself. That's what some would say.
I heard Hitler was a Jewish man, but couldn't fight for the Jews, but went to the army over there and started fighting.
Right.
And
so you'll get that part of history. Then there's a part of history where the Jewish man was circumventing the Germans in power and then not sharing in power. And so what made Hitler popular is because he wanted to give power back to the Germans.
Or that he could speak.
Yeah. Now, listen, a great orator will always be a leader. If you go back into history, you'll see some of the greatest leaders could speak well and they could lead well. And that's what Hitler did. And Hitler knew that the way that these so-called Jews was taking over different regions or trying to take over different lands and manipulate through buying property and stuff like that it would be easy to galvanize the Germans to fight against them.
Was Hitler racist?
You know, it's crazy. Another point of history people don't know, Hitler worked with the Japanese.
I said, was Hitler racist?
I'm about to answer the question, man. So I would say Hitler was a racist, and he would use, like, when black people came over there, because he knew how black people were treated in America, he would treat black people good in Germany. Like he treated Jesse Owens and all of them good in Germany, but not because he loved black people, but he knew that they would piss people off. So yes, Hitler was a racist.
You believe in some of the principles and some of the things that Hitler stood for?
I don't know all of them to agree or disagree. Only thing I do agree is that there's nothing wrong with putting your people first.
So you're saying you're a racist?
No, I would, at best you could call me prejudiced. Racist, I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference. So a prejudiced person is gonna speak against other races for what they do.
Right.
A racist person is not just gonna speak about what they do. They're gonna put things in positions to stop that other race from achieving what they're achieving.
Right.
So what make Hitler a racist, he did things to stop the so-called Jewish man from achieving certain things. Just like in America, what makes this place racist is they put certain things in place so that we could not get ahead. Right. That's the difference between racist and prejudice.
So prejudice is normal and racism is pretty bad.
Yes, I would say prejudice is normal because I think everybody is prejudiced. They're just scared to say it.
You said everybody is?
Everybody. There's nobody that don't think that their race is first.
What creates?
Except black people. Black people are the only people fight that shit.
What about a child that's born and don't know a race? Like just a child and don't know a race. Like don't know if it's black.
What's the race of the child? Give me the race.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the race? What's the race to a child if a child don't know the race?
No. What is the child? Give me the race of the child we talking about that don't know about it.
The child don't know the race. There's no race. So what do you tell a child that don't know nothing about race?
Here's the sad part about the child. The child is born into whatever race he is. He's born into that mentality.
Right.
If that's a black child born, that black child is going to be born and almost trained subconsciously about what racist attacks to avoid.
Right.
He's going to be driving in the car with his mama. The cops get behind him. He's going to hear his mama say, "Oh, the cops behind us." When they go into a store and they get around white people, when they're around black people, they're not going to say ma'am and sir. But when they get around white people, they're going to say ma'am and sir.
Right.
They're going to calm the black person down when black children down when the white person comes around, because that's the inferiority. It's almost like they subconsciously just breed it. There's a good study they had. It was called the mice and the cherry tree test, where they had this cherry tree like in the middle, like this cup, and around it, they put this electric wire.
Right.
As the mice would go to it, it would shock them. And so after it shocked them a while, the mice wouldn't go around it, the cherry tree at all.
Right.
They bred the mice with female mice that had no knowledge of that cherry tree. When them children was born, they wouldn't go around that cherry tree either. And they learned that the effects of that shock.
Engaging high-speed tossing.
This isn't from a big studio. I made this myself.
Affected them genetically to where when those children was born, they carried that same genetic marker where when they smelled that tree, they stayed away from it, even though they removed the electric fence around it. They had to breed it like maybe 3 or 4 times before the memory of that cherry tree would come out of it.
Right. So you comparing that rat to a human?
The concept of genetics, you can go even further. They did a study where they said slavery is in our DNA.
Right.
And you know how easy that is? Alcoholism, right? If someone has an alcohol addiction, they'll look at their family history, because when a woman has that baby, first of all, that sperm comes from that man, the placenta comes from that man. So a lot of that DNA and inheritance come from the man.
Right.
Then you take the information that the woman has, and then the woman is carrying that child for 9 months. While the baby's in the womb, if they're stressing that baby, it's gonna be stressing her, it affects the baby.
Right.
Whatever the woman eats affects the baby. If the woman does drugs, it affects the baby.
Right.
That's how easy trauma is passed down from one generation to another.
Okay. So you suggesting that knowing who you are can help fix that trauma?
Yeah, because for us as Israelites, if we was to eat different, we wouldn't pass down that diabetes genetically.
Right.
If we was to understand the consummation of alcohol and how it relate, how a lot of people drink alcohol from stress, and how that can hereditary